Blue is one of the rarest colors in the garden, but right now, here at the end of May, going into early June, these stunning pops of blue are stealing the show in my Zone 7 garden. Welcome to Garden Sanity. I'm Laura, and I garden here in Zone 7, Southern New Jersey. Now, while most people rely on bulbs for spring color, including me, I've found 3 set-and-forget blue perennials that bridge the gap from late spring into summer perfectly. So today, we're going to look at Brunnera Jack of Diamonds, Veronica Georgia Blue, and Amsonia Storm Cloud. I'm going to share exactly how to grow them, show how they look year-round, and I'll tell you why these 3 low-maintenance beauties deserve a spot in your garden. So, let's get started. So this first one is a Brunnera variety called Jack of Diamonds. Now, if you're familiar with Brunnera Jack Frost, a very popular Brunnera variety, Jack of Diamonds is larger and it has gorgeous veined leaves. The leaves almost look silvery gray from a distance, but up close you can see the stunning dark green veins in each leaf. These leaves are so beautiful throughout the summer and into the fall, whether at the base of shrubs or in the front of a shady garden bed. Now, Brunnera is not evergreen, so the plant completely dies back to the ground for winter here in Zone 7. So make sure you mark where it is in your garden so you don't forget. Jack of Diamonds, like all Brunneras, has tiny blue flowers that resemble forget-me-not flowers. And these teeny tiny flowers, they're produced on clusters on stems that rise up from the surrounding foliage. Now, the teeny tiny flower buds are a warm light purple before they open to such pretty blue flowers with pure white centers. They really do brighten up a shady part of your garden. Now, Jack of Diamonds is hardy in zones 3 to 8. It begins blooming in mid-spring and blooms for many, many weeks. This is a lovely long-blooming variety. It's deer-resistant, it's not rabbit-resistant, and it's not native to North America. Now, Brunnera prefers shade, mainly partial to full shade. And they like it on the moist side, so don't let the plants dry out, especially important in the heat of the summer, and especially if you're in zones 7 and 8. Now, the soil can be average or fertile. Adding some compost in spring is really all you need to do. Its mature size, which it reaches after a few years, is 14 to 16 inches tall and 28 to 32 inches wide. What's also nice about Jack of Diamonds is that it's slower to spread out into surrounding areas than Brunnera varieties with solid green leaves, so that's good to keep in mind. Oh, and Jack of Diamonds, it makes a great container plant, and the spring bees really enjoy Brunnera flowers. Now, in terms of care, after all of the flowers are finished, you can simply snip the skinny stems off at the base and enjoy Brunnera's stunning silver green leaves all summer and fall before the leaves die back to the ground for the winter season. Now, the next blue flowering perennial that I love is Veronica Georgia Blue. Now, this type of Veronica is also known as creeping Speedwell, meaning it will act more as a bushy ground cover and slowly spread, or creep, over time. Now, the other type of Veronica is called Spike Speedwell, and that also has wonderful summer flowers that many of us enjoy in our gardens. Now, Veronica Georgia Blue gets its name not from the U.S. southern state of Georgia, which is what I originally thought, but rather the Republic of Georgia in Eastern Europe where it was originally found. This perennial, like Jack of Diamonds Brunnera, has tiny blue flowers, but the blue color is deeper, a bit more medium blue in color. These flowers, as you can see, cover the plant when it's in full bloom. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, although this plant is considered evergreen, the winter color is more of a bronze than a green, and in prolonged freezing weather, the outer edges of the plant may die back. However, the plant will bounce back once temperatures begin to warm up. You'll see a reddish-green shade to the leaves in spring before the plant is blanketed with all the flowers. And the foliage is a lovely deep green for the summer season into fall. Now, Veronica Georgia Blue is hardy in zones 5 through 8. It begins blooming in mid-spring going into late spring. It's deer-resistant. It's also rabbit-resistant. It's not native to North America. It likes partial to full sun. Watering is average to consistent, so don't let it dry out again, especially in the summer months. Soil is average to fertile. And this is a long blooming perennial, so mine starts blooming as the late daffodils are blooming. I have early, mid, and late season daffodils that I plant. So as the late daffodils are blooming, this starts to bloom. And Veronica Georgia Blue is still blooming once those daffodils are finished. Now, its mature size is 6 to 8 inches tall and 12 inches wide. Now, this is considered a ground cover, but it is a very slow to spread ground cover, so nothing aggressive. And bees and early butterflies enjoy these flowers, so it's great for pollinators. Now, the care after blooming is very simple. The plant is self-cleaning, so the petals fall off on their own. Once all the blooming's done, you can shear the plant back to maintain a compact plant, but it isn't required. Personally, I don't do that other than to use my snips, maybe to clean up a small bit here or there, but I never shear the entire plant back. I like the way it looks. Now in the heat of the summer, if any part of the plant gets too dry, it may look like it might be dying. Just easily snip those pieces off and the plant and you will be just fine. And if you're in zones 5 and 6, make sure you site this plant in a more sheltered location, thinking about the winter months. Don't have it squarely front and center where it'll get whipped by the winter winds, kind of like I have mine here. Because although mine do take a beating from the wind, our temperatures here in zone 7 in the winter are usually more mild, so the plants can handle it. This past winter just concluded, however. With our freezing temperatures and the tons of snow we had, I did have to cut back the outer edges of the plants a bit, just due to the browning like I mentioned earlier. But this was minor. I just want you to be aware of this if you're in the colder zones. And the final blue perennial flower that I love is Amsonia Storm Cloud. Now I've talked about this one in previous videos because every single spring I'm taken aback by just how pretty this plant is. And this plant seems to grow and flower overnight. One morning, I noticed the dark olive, the almost black-looking stems. They started to shoot up straight from the ground. And the next morning, when I went out to take a picture of the stems, well, the stems were already up and the flowers were about to open, just like you see here. And this happened in 24 hours. The stems will remain dark throughout the spring, and they'll lighten up a little bit during the summer. The leaves are darker when they first emerge and have a silver veining on each one when you look at them very closely. Now, just before the flowers open, each petal looks like it's curling into itself, almost like a tiny fireworks burst about to happen. I know that's an odd description, but it's what I always think of when I see it every single year. It's like fireworks. Now, each flower is star-shaped, and the color is a soft periwinkle blue shade, which is one of my favorite colors. And it's so unique to see in the garden. Once the flowers are finished, this taller perennial remains lovely as a backdrop to other flowering perennials and shrubs in the garden. Now, you can shear this back after flowering for a more compact plant, but I don't because I love how it looks as it is. It's a nice, taller green plant, and it really, really highlights summer flowers. Now, Amsonia Storm Cloud is not evergreen at all. However, Amsonias have pretty fall color, and here's what this one looks like. It's a warm yellow shade that just glows in the fall garden. Now, in the winter, after the leaves fall off, the stems do remain upright and they gradually fade to a magical off-white creamy color, which I leave for winter interest. In fact, I was surprised this year that even with a few feet of heavy snow, only a few of the stems broke under the weight of the snow. So I left all these stems so you can just see how pretty they are. But I usually snip these off in the spring once the first stems begin emerging from the ground, the new stems. And by the way, keeping these stems during the winter makes it easy to remember where the plants are. Now, Amsonia Storm Cloud is hardy in zones 4 to 9. It begins blooming in late spring and continues blooming into early summer. It's deer resistant, it's rabbit resistant, and it's native to North America. Amsonia prefers partial to full sun. Now, it can become leggy and thin in too much shade, as you see on this one. Now, for the past couple of years, this one has been in shade, but I cut our limelight hydrangea tree back quite a bit, so hopefully this Amsonia Storm Cloud will enjoy more sun this year. Watch, it'll get too much sun now. Now, watering you want to be average to consistent, soil average to fertile, and in general, this is a wonderful long blooming perennial. Right now, Amsonia Storm Cloud is providing me with pretty color to enjoy since all the daffodils are finished blooming and the hellebore flowers are beginning to finally be covered up with their new foliage. Now, the mature size is 24 to 30 inches tall and 38 to 42 inches wide, and younger plants will have more of a vase-like shape. Now, because of its size, you can consider using this plant in place of a shrub. In the summer, it provides a soothing green color in the garden, like I mentioned, and it mixes with other flowering plants so nicely. It's heat and humidity tolerant, which is really nice for those of us in the warmer zones. Bees, butterflies, moths, and hummingbirds all enjoy these flowers, so it's great for pollinators. So let me know in the comments if you already grow any of these beautiful blue flowers. And if you're interested in finding more perennials for your garden, watch these 2 videos next. The first one is on solving what I call your green gap problem with 3 more mid to late spring flowering perennials. Plus, here's a video devoted to my beloved Geranium Roseanne, another gorgeous blue perennial. So until next time, happy gardening.